Very good way to lose your teeth.
There's so much to remember.
If you try to remember, you will lose. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
Yeah. Why don't I just stand in front of Bolt and recite that to him? Maybe he'll faint or drown.
When is it?
Tomorrow.
You are not ready.
I know.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying. May it be well with you, Mike.
Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of Infinite Knowledge. So welcome back. Hope you've been watching my other videos. I hope you've been learning a bit. But we've got another topic for today, so let's get to it. The title is Life is Death. Okay? What do I mean by this? I've been thinking about it for a bit recently. I've just been thinking about the way I've been living my life. I've had a couple experiences, smoked some weed as well, and I've experienced some energy, I've realized some things about what's going on. And a real key thing I'm trying to do right now, guys, is what I call, what would I call it? I'll call it dissolving the ego. I really just say I'm trying to be more free, I'm trying to be more open, yeah. But I realized it's all one, everything is one, it's all the same thing, being more free, flowing, dissolving the ego. I've realized it's all one. And I made some videos for another account I'm running where I was watching Bruce Lee, and there's a key quote he says where he talks about being like water and flowing, and I've kind of realized it's true. If you want to truly live life here, you have to flow. And that's the problem with it's not people's fault. So as we go through life, everyone gets blockages, and life just hits you in it. Not everyone has the best childhood. Some people have a poor childhood, some people have trauma, some people have problems. So yeah, but essentially what I'm trying to say is we need to flow. And people have trauma, people go through problems. When you're trying to worry about what other people think about you, yeah, it causes blockages in your chakras. And if you guys don't know, I'll do another talking about, we've got 7 chakras and they all correspond to different emotions, different body parts, but essentially you've got 7. The base is more about stability. You got the middle ones, you got your heart chakra, you got your solar plexus. They all mean different things, but they correspond to different emotions, different actions, different events. And as we go through life, as I said before, you get trauma, you're worried about how people judge you, and it causes you to close down on these chakras. And that is the problem, guys. Bruce Lee told us that we need to flow, we need to be like water. And that's what I'm realizing with life, is that we're meant to be flowing, but we're not flowing. People got anxiety, people got aggression issues, some people can't talk, there's nothing wrong with being introverted, but some people can't talk at all. They can't stand up for themselves. Other people aren't spiritually connected, which is when you have your 7th chakra open. And guys, if you want to really live here, you have to open up every single chakra. That's why it says in Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you've seen that, Aang meets his meditation guru. Someone who walks him through. I guess that's kind of what I am to you guys and girls who are watching this. I'm trying to teach you something, but he says once you start opening them, you can't go back, and it's true. It's better that you either fully open them or you don't open them at all. And that's been a part of my that's been part of my journey, I guess. Like, I'm trying to be more open. I've started just talking to people as I go about my day, trying to be more free, trying to be more expressive. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, guys. So anyway, I've got a couple slides for us. So I'm gonna talk about them. But that was just a bit of like, I tried to explain it my own way what I'm doing. So yeah, the first thing I put here when I'm talking about life is death, the first thing is that when you get into spirituality, you realize a lot of them talk about this thing called ego death. Now, the problem is a lot of people experience this when they take something like ayahuasca or LSD, or they take some drug. But guys, you don't need to take drugs to realize this. What you need to do is meditate. You need to meditate, and you need to seriously ponder about your life. Because if you actually think, the answer will come to you. That's what it says, fam. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, guys. A lot of people taking drugs to do this. You can take drugs. Like, I smoke a bit of weed and it helps. But I think weed is calm, if I'm being honest. But if you want to take LSD, ayahuasca, it will open you up, guys. But you have to realize it's like a forced opening. Okay? Even with the weed to an extent, it's like a force. Yeah, like taking drugs, it's like a hack basically. You know how you can cheat code in a game and you can skip stages. Now, you see that's the reason why you see some stories of people taking LSD and they're all fucked up. Okay? You cheat coded opening up all your chakras and opening yourself up to universal conscious energy, okay? That's what I mentioned about blockages, guys. People have blockages, they have traumas, then they're taking drugs to dissolve their ego and they're getting overwhelmed, okay? This is why you're meant to do it through meditation and through pondering and letting the universe answer you, letting your higher self answer your problems. And then it will happen step by step. Like I said in the other, if you watch my other videos, I talk about the seed, everything starts small. This same thing still applies to spiritual growth, guys. And just coming to a deeper understanding of life, it starts small, okay? You don't want to take drugs to dissolve your ego. Now, how do we healthily dissolve our ego? The main thing, guys, is that you have to face your fears, okay? As I said before, there's 7 chakras. I'll go into more detail in another video, but essentially, guys, dissolving ego is about facing your fears. Because what you got to realize is, you got a higher mind, you got a lower self. Now, the way I like to see it is, your lower self, below us, there's nothing inherently bad about it, but the point is, it's there to help us survive in the 3D world. So your lower self is basically your negative mind. In a sense, it's always the thing which is going to tell you, don't do that. I don't want to do this. I'm afraid of the judgment. I don't want to. For guys, like, a lot of guys want to talk to girls, but they don't do it. Like, even, like, we've all been there. Like, I've been there. You know, I'm still working on it. You know, I'm not going to pretend I'm some mad gallist. But, you know, I've been improving my fencing game, and that, if you get what I'm saying, you know, so. But yeah, you have to be able to approach your fears, fam. Like, people, when you approach your fears, basically, guys, is when you start to truly live, okay? If you're a guy or a girl and you go up and talk to the person that you find attracted, yeah, you're a bit worried, you get a bit nervous, but then how do you feel afterwards? You feel fantastic, okay? When you take that move, when you take that risk, that's when you're truly living. And that's the problem. Your ego is trying to protect you from doing things. It's trying to protect you from taking let's say, doing a performance in front of people, joining a new society, meeting new people, going out by yourself. All these things, yeah, you don't do, because why? It's your ego. Like, deep down, it boils down to fear. Your ego is trying to protect you because it thinks if you do this, it's too dangerous. But what you got to realize, guys, we're in the 21st century. Like obviously, I'm not telling you guys to be stupid and think that the world is super safe, but most of it is. Like, most of the fears that we have in the modern century, in the Western world, aren't actually, like, acceptable. They're not really acceptable for how we're moving, okay? I'm not telling you guys to be stupid, okay? Have your senses, but like, most fears, okay, I think you guys get what I'm saying. Most fears aren't actually realistic. Now, what's my next point? Yeah, it all essentially boils down to ego death, guys. You have to face your ego. You have to face your fears, because once you do that, you start to become more free. You start talking to people. You start being more expressive. Like, some people, yeah, when they go to a club, they're just standing stiff. Like a lot of guys will go club and they won't dance at all. But I realized it's just another ego thing. Like guys want to be perceived a certain way. They think if they do this, it's whatever, and then they can't even dance. Guys, dancing is literally it's spiritual. Like dancing is another way to free yourself, from beliefs and judgment. And guys, you'll start to feel more happy. Like if you don't want to do it in front of people, do it in your room, man. But you gotta dance like someplace. If you don't dance, it's a physical expression. It's energy. Okay, and that's why when people do it, they start to become free. And on another note, like some people dance to manifest, guys. Some people dance to get into a certain mind state. As I said, I feel like I'm going over different topics which I haven't actually spoke about yet, but there's many methods to exiting the mind, as you can say. So yeah. And yeah, essentially I put this, guys, when you stop caring about judgment, that is the ego death. You stop caring about the fear of what other people think, and what happens, guys, you become more happy. Now, guys, I would say I've improved. I'm not going to say I'm 100% there, but I could talk to more people and you just feel better. When you can just talk, everyone knows this. You see people who have anxiety and people who have confidence issues. You see them on social media talking about, I wish I could talk to more people. So guys, everyone knows this. Existing in the fear state, in the 3D and the lower, where you're worrying about others and not being free how you want to. They don't want to be that way. No one wants to be that way. So this is what I'm saying when I say life is death, guys. To truly live, you have to die. You have to basically get rid of the ego mind. You have to get rid of the 3D mind. When you don't do what society wants, when you do what you want, you have an ego death. It leads to more happiness, okay? That's why most people who don't follow the crowd, actually end up happy, okay? They actually end up better. You don't need to follow what other people tell you, and you don't need to follow what the crowd's doing. You need to, because that's your ego. Your ego is what wants you to follow the crowd. If we follow the crowd, we're going to be safe in this group. Guys, we're not cavemen anymore, okay? Pardon me, my bad. But guys, we're not cavemen, okay? Dissolve the ego is very key. The next point I want to talk about, when I talk about life is death, if anyone here is into meditation, into Kundalini, into doing breath work, I've come to a realization when I do these things. When I do these breath works, okay, it feels great. It feels good. The Kundalini exercises. But what I've got to say is most of them really boil down to death. Like when you do a Kundalini exercise, it involves you deep breathe up through your stomach, through the chakras from your base upwards. You repeat that for like 10-20 breaths of and then what do you do after that? After you do like 20-30 breaths, guys, after you do that, you're meant to fully breathe out. So let's say you've done like 20 of these, and then you breathe out. You're meant to hold that, guys, for like a minute to two. Doing breathwork and Kundalini exercises. And then you're meant to breathe in again. You're meant to squeeze you basically squeeze your bum, guys. It's like, how do I explain it? When you're trying to stop yourself from peeing, those muscles at the bottom, like your pelvic floor, you squeeze that, as you breathe in. You feel the energy going up your spine, guys. Like, I just realized, guys, we're just making ourselves pass out. Like, that's it. Like, honestly, I'm thinking about, it feels great, guys. I highly encourage you to do this as long as you don't have any, major problems. I don't want anyone to hurt themselves, okay? Like, if you have super anxiety, doing intense breathwork might not be good for you. But Kundalini exercises, breathwork exercises, guys, you're essentially starving yourself of oxygen. So you're basically creating a mini death. But then I realized something. That's why it feels good. Everything is opposite in this world, low key, guys. Everything is like duality and opposites. When you do the breath work and you starve yourself of the breath, that's when you have those feelings in your head and you feel that energy going around. And then guess what? You feel better. Every time I do these breath works and stuff, I feel better afterwards. I feel very calm and relaxed. Now, some people might say what I'm doing is silly, but it's working for me, man. It's working for me, so... Second reason why I'm talking about this is related to the Kundalini. I said you're essentially starving yourself of oxygen. It's a mini death. if you go watch interviews of people who've died and come back, they all say like they met God. They all say they saw light. They felt at peace. They all say they felt great. Now, guys, the truth is, I need to check how much battery I have. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Yes, guys, I'm back. I'm on 12%, so I think I can knock this out in like the next 10 minutes. So, yeah, but as I said when people die, yeah, they all just talk about feeling at peace. They all talk about how they felt great. Okay. They all felt great, guys. Go watch the interviews yourself and see what they say. But from my understanding, yeah, life is death, and it makes sense, guys, because that's what I was gonna talk about on a deeper level. Yeah, when these people think like that we're just the body, okay, guys, we're not the body. We're mind, body, and soul. Okay, you got three parts. You got three parts to you. Your body returns to the earth, guys. When we're gone, yeah, the body returns to the earth. You literally see in the way we operate. When we piss can get reused by the earth. Okay, your poo gets reused by the earth, and then once you die, you're in the grave. Your body's going to get absorbed. Like in natural terms, your body will get absorbed back into the trees. Because the way this whole world works here, it's all cyclical, it's all recycling, we're all one. Everything's one. It all works out perfectly, okay? But as I said, we're not the body, guys. Then you got the mind. The mind is essentially the brain. I think it's the conscious brain. It's where you can think, because your conscious brain determines your balance. That's where you get to make the choice, okay? That's your mind. I personally believe your mind and your soul is what goes. That's your awareness, yeah. That's your consciousness of like where you can perceive everything happening, okay? Guys, like, it's simple, fam. Watch the videos of people talking about their experience, okay? There's something else out there, and it's simple. The way I see it is that we're energy, okay? We're the consciousness, energy, God, whatever, we're all one, okay? That's why when these people experience this is why they experience bliss. This is why when you do the Kundalini breath work, you experience bliss. This is why when you dissolve the ego and you stop caring about fear and you do things, those crazy things, bungee jumping out of a plane, going up to strangers, that's when you start feeling better. That's when you start living life, guys, when you take risks. Life is death, guys. It's simple. Life is death. Like, the more I think about it, yeah. Fourth thing, talking about meditation now and how this is relevant to my topic of discussion. What actually is meditation? Now, when I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing, okay? I just started meditating, and then my third eye just went off. Not in that sense, but like, once I started meditating, my forehead just started tingling, okay? My forehead was tingling. I wasn't even doing like, I wasn't actually doing specific exercises for the third eye. My forehead just started tingling, okay? Next thing that happened, once I started meditating, I just started getting like tingles and like shivers. Now, I didn't realize what it was at the time. I know what it is now, guys. And that's a topic for another discussion. But yeah, when you start meditating, if you're doing it properly, you're going to start experiencing things, okay? And now, but what actually is meditation? I'm going off tangent. Meditation is essentially, it's the silencing of the carnal mind, okay? I really realized this, guys, when I smoked weed, and I'm going to do another topic on weed because I don't think people are using it properly. But when you meditate and you get into deep meditation, what's actually happening is that you're just shutting off the carnal mind. Every day as we go through life here, you're bombarded with 3D world problems which don't actually matter, okay? And you got to pay the bills. You got to do this work. This person said this. Oh, are they talking about me? What's going on here? Did they mention my name? Oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this guy comes late? Oh, I'm going to have to do this, guys. This meditation is meant to stop that, okay? Sometimes you don't even realize it. Like, sometimes I didn't even realize my mind was like going off like this, guys. My mind was going off. That's why I love meditation. I think I'm already in my head a lot anyway. So for me, I really love meditation. But meditation is the silencing of what I call the carnal 3D mind, okay? It's the 3D mind, the one which wants to protect you from fear, the one which thinks of all these random possibilities of things which could go wrong. Now, as I said before, I don't hate the carnal mind, because really it's just trying to protect you at the end of the day. But you got to realize, as I said, we're in the 21st century, guys. We're not animals anymore. We don't need to be that paranoid, okay? Living in paranoia, living in fear is the complete opposite of who we are. As I said, who are we? What consciousness, what energy, and this energy, or call it God, call it whatever. Like I like to call it God, the infinite. Some people don't like to say that because they're too into religion, but that's just another loophole that they're stuck in, guys. The infinite energy, yeah, is what you access, okay? The infinite energy, yeah, is what you access. It's love. It's when you open up your body, when you flow. To flow is to love, guys. I'm talking to you about life. And I told you at the start about opening up your chakras, okay? When you live your life and you face your fears, you start to open up. You start to flow. And to flow is to love, man. That's what I'm saying. Do you not feel that when you open up and you do the things you fear? That is love. That is love, okay? When you do things just for the enjoyment and the thrill of it, you start to open up. You start to feel that energy flow. And yeah, meditation is a great way to access this. If you get into deep meditation, you will actually feel this, okay? So yeah, meditation, you shut off the carnal mind, shut off the thoughts. So then what's left to be there? It's just your spirit, guys, your mind, body, and soul. You shut off the negative mind. The only thing left is for the positive to come out, or the neutral. But it feels good. It feels great. It feels great. And yeah, what did I write here? Yeah, man. You just gotta silence the carnal mind, and you feel great, man. Especially when I've meditated while high. Like that, it's different. It's different levels. And anyway, what's next on my slides? I've kind of covered this already, guys. But as I said, the best things come from taking a risk. Okay, you take a risk on your business, you start making profit, you start making money. You take risks when you go to new places or talking to strangers. You might meet someone. You take a risk talking to the girl. That girl might be the perfect one for you. She might be your wife. You take the risk to learn something new. Even if you don't have time, you take the risk. And you never know, it leads out to something working. The world is infinite, guys. It's infinite, okay? So many things can happen. You don't know. You just gotta try. You just gotta try, and you just gotta believe. And like, as I said, guys, in other talks, you just gotta try, believe, and you can't think negatively, man. It's the same thing. Shut off the carnal mind. Shut off the negative thoughts. You gotta shut that all down, because, as I said before in my other video, there's literally zero benefit from it. There's zero benefit. So yeah, I'm on my last two slides now. Essentially, yeah, life is death, and it boils back to the Kabbalion. Yeah, it says the principle of duality runs in everything, positive and negative. For life to exist, there must be death. For positive to exist, there must be negative. Love and hate, man, woman, masculine, feminine, up, down, the flow. It has to exist, guys. But really, as I said, the duality has to exist, but it's really they're not separate. They're not separate. They're not separate. It's only there so that you can form a judgment, and then you can have a choice to pick where you want to land on the scale of life. That's all it's there for. But they're truthfully one. That's it. Yeah, it's really simple. I've said it enough times now. Shut off the carnal mind. Okay, it's the caveman mind. It's trying to protect you from the madnesses, but there's no madnesses anymore. Or there is, but there's very little. It doesn't make sense for us to live in fear. So yeah, guys, that's it. Principle of duality is pretty ironic, yeah, but life is death, okay? Life is death. And when you understand that, you'll be free, man. You'll be free. That's the two things I like to say. I told you at the start as well about Bruce Lee. Life is flow. Life is death. You embrace the things which your carnal mind fears. You begin to flow. You begin to flow. You start to enter into life, guys, when you begin to flow. So yeah, that's it. What is our goal? I wrote this at the end as well. What is our goal in life? I put it's to balance. It's to balance that experience of the flow, okay? Your mind, body, and soul. You're meant to balance all three aspects of yourself. You're meant to truthfully live your authentic self with no fear, okay? You're a spirit. You're your energy, okay? Fear is the lowest vibration. Like, if anyone's actually fully felt what it's like to be scared of something, I felt it, guys. It's literally like, it's like your energy field gets contracted. It gets all condensed into your thing. It's a blockage. It's a blockage, bruv. Okay? You're meant to flow. That's what I said to you guys about flow, fam. Fear is literally everything contracts within, okay? You have to be aware though. Like most people aren't aware of what it actually feels like. It feels like it's just dense. And yeah. But yeah, as I said, what is our goal, fam? The goal is to live a balanced life, balance all aspects of yourself, and you take those risks with discernment, of course. Don't be stupid, but you're meant to live with basically no fear. Okay. Talking to someone, you should be able to talk to someone. You should be able to go out by yourself. You should be able to join a new society. And yeah, so yeah, take those risks, develop spiritually, okay? If you follow me, I'm going to give you more advice. I'm going to talk about everything, but I'm going to give everything a spiritual twist. So I'll talk about how to talk to people and make friends. Must also still maintain the spirituality of things. And to enjoy life with a balanced ego and carnal mind. You see, guys, I told you the carnal mind's not bad, but you're not meant to let it take over, okay? It's meant to be balanced balance your carnal mind and balance it with your higher consciousness. Balance it with your intuition and what you know is best for you. So yeah, man. That's it. If you get it, you get it. And if you don't get it, you'll get it soon enough. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Give me a follow. As I said, I'm giving everything. I'm going to talk about meditation. I'm going to talk about how to live your life. Talk about how to actually be free, how to chase your goals, how to have fun. Because we're doing everything here. Infinite knowledge, as I said, I'm here to give a balance for you. I'm not here to just tell you that you're meant to meditate. You're just meant to sit in your room and you're meant to think you're some righteous person who doesn't get angry at all. I'm just telling you the truth. But I'm going to give you the ways to be balanced in this life. So, yeah, man, that's truthfully all I think. That's what I think the main goal is. Balance the life, shut down the ego mind. And yeah, chase your dreams, love life. And flow. Remember, guys. Just be happy.